This is a completely new show for me, Christian Ventura said in an interview with Collider at the 2026 Sundance Film Festival when asked about his experience on School Spirit Season 3. That statement perfectly sums up how we feel while watching the latest season of the Paramount Plus series. It turns events on their head, reshakes the stakes, and embraces a darker tone. The first 3 of the season's 8 episodes were provided for review, and that was more than enough to see that School Spirits is heading in a bold new direction. Core elements from previous seasons, such as teen angst and the sweetness of coming of age, are still present, but they are now wrapped in a much darker atmosphere, and so far it works quite well. School Spirits Season 2 ended with a shocking cliffhanger as Maddie returned to her physical body and Simon became trapped in the afterlife, marked by a red wound. Season 3 picks up directly from that moment. Maddie grapples with the consequences of her disappearance in both her home life and at school, while Simon steps into the afterlife to take Maddie's place. This marks the season's first major role reversal, but many more surprises lie ahead. Ones that will redefine everything we thought we knew about Split River High and the mysterious limbo surrounding it. School Spirits Season 3 embraces the darkness of death and life. For its first 2 seasons, School Spirits offered a pleasant ghost story. However, the 3rd season takes on a much darker, almost sinister tone. In both the stories of the living and the dead, the series broadens its scope by introducing numerous villains and strange entities, bringing the horror elements that simmered in the background of earlier seasons firmly into the spotlight. Many of the ideas introduced revolve around familiar themes: an excessively strict authority figure straight out of every high schooler's nightmares, a classic Carrie-style blood-soaked scene, or the presence of malicious rivals who oppose our lovable ghosts. That said, none of these concepts feel forced. The show integrates them naturally into the narrative, and its darker direction feels cohesive. And what better way to dive into darkness than by adding a horror icon to the cast? School Spirits previously announced the addition of Jennifer Tilly. While Tilly doesn't have a major role in the first 3 episodes of the season, her brief screen time is undeniably striking. Although her character initially appears archetypal, we hope the unsettling undercurrents in her behavior are laying the groundwork for the truly unhinged secret Tilly alluded to in her Sundance interview. She plays a key role in establishing the ominous atmosphere hanging over the school and signals a significant tonal shift for the series, making her casting a highly effective choice. Alongside this promising build toward darkness, the lighthearted coming-of-age elements that define School Spirits remain present, though even these take on a more serious tone. Compared to previous seasons, themes such as grief, loss, and adolescent anxiety occupy far more space within the story. The backstories and identities of the supporting characters are explored in greater depth, particularly through emotionally resonant scenes involving Yuri and Rhonda. While these moments can occasionally feel emotionally overwhelming, they're often balanced by dark humor or a completely absurd yet fitting subplot, such as the 2 characters infiltrating a group of malicious teenage girls, an ordeal that feels no less daunting than escaping heaven itself. School Spirits Season 3 doesn't lose itself in innovation. In many shows, there comes a turning point in world building where adding new layers to an already complex structure either becomes overwhelming or ultimately strengthens the system. School Spirits appears to be reaching that point with its supernatural afterlife framework, as the first 3 episodes lay the groundwork for numerous moving parts. So far, the writing and direction are confident enough that these additions do not disrupt the narrative flow or diminish its impact. A clear and focused approach to storytelling sustains the tension in the atmosphere, and if previous seasons are any indication, a satisfying payoff may lie ahead, though it is still too early to say for certain. Beyond the expansion of supernatural rules, the setting itself is also broadening. In Season 2, Xavier's near-death experience granted him the ability to communicate with the dead while in the hospital, including Maddie's father. As expected, this development plays a significant role in Season 3, with the hospital becoming a recurring location that reinforces the show's darker thematic exploration.
There are also several strikingly eerie new sets in the afterlife, further emphasizing the shift in tone. So far, School Spirits successfully balances its new rules, locations, and characters with a strong, clear sense of direction, all while preserving the emotional core that lies at the heart of the series. Peyton List delivers her strongest performance yet in School Spirits Season 3.
With Maddie and Simon's roles nearly reversed in Season 3, School Spirits introduces a new set of relationships and stakes that put the cast's performances and chemistry on full display. Maddie's interactions with her friends who are still alive are shaped by the awkward aftermath of her disappearance and the unresolved issues that linger from before their communication was abruptly cut off. In Season 2, List was tasked with balancing both Maddie and Janet as Maddie, but here she is fully focused on the strange and challenging circumstances surrounding Maddie's return. Some of her strongest work this season emerges through an unexpected boldness that the character is forced to embrace. Meanwhile, Simon experiences several unforgettable moments as he comes face to face with all of the ghosts. Naturally, this addition alters the dynamics among the spirits, particularly following a frustrating decision early in the season. While that narrative choice may make sense in the long run, its execution somewhat undercuts the show's risk. Still, Simon's new condition and evolving relationships inject a fresh sense of excitement by shifting the tone away from supernatural drama and more firmly into horror territory. Across its first 3 episodes, School Spirits steadily moves toward a clearly defined supernatural chaos, and so far, the approach has proven effective. For a series that foregrounds teen stories through a supernatural lens, leaning more openly into horror is a bold move, but one that ultimately works in the show's favor. If the series continues down this path, Season 3 may well become its strongest and most frightening chapter yet. School Spirits Season 3 premieres exclusively on Paramount Plus on January 28th.